Hey lovely people, good morning. This is Sean and I'm at the Lovely Place today. If you have been here in the past, welcome back. If you've never been here before, I'm glad you came to visit. This is a 60-acre future homestead where we have put a pole barn up, we've built driveways, we've got the essentials that we need to take care of this land in the interim of moving up here, where we can create gardens, where we can have livestock and keep our fields nice and clean cut. We're cutting over 20 acres of fields out here, and I'm actually going to be cutting my neighbor's field. It's another 10 to 12 acres on the other side of that tree line right there. But first I'm going to throw some grease in the fittings because this is the first cut of the season. All right, so I had to repair this. I'll show you guys a little closer what's going on here. Is I had to rewire this together because it broke apart, because this is actually just junk here, this clamp. And then it's very difficult to get this piece to slide through the hole that's underneath here. That little slit right there where my thumbnail is, it's just not matching up, and I think it's due to the fact that I had to crimp that and wire that back, and it's just not coming over as close. So I'm going to attempt to take my multi-tool here and take out, just kind of increase the length of that seam there. We'll see if I have any success or if I totally destroy it. Okay, I think we may have had a little success here. Let's see if we're any closer to fitting. Now, I believe I might be able to squeeze this down in there and get it to come through. It's definitely better. If it's good enough, that's the question. Yeah, I think we have some success here. Let's put this end in and see if we can curl it around. So all I need to do is make sure that this clamp does not come off while I'm cutting, because that's what happened the first time when this thing failed. So, you know, we improvise. It takes half your day, but you got to do it. Okay, we have the other side here. Let's see if we can remove this one. I don't think this one's in as bad a shape. I locked it with this, but I don't think at this point yet I've had to rebuild this hinge. As you can see, however, the hinge is quickly failing on us on this side as well. Let's see if we can get this up out of here. I'll try to be as gentle as I can be with it, but you actually have to pop this all the way back. And when you do, you're putting tons of pressure on this stupid little rivet here, or whatever that connector is. And I still need to go further, and I dread doing it because I'm afraid I'm going to pop that. There we go. Now, I got to take this piece out on the other side so that the collar here will slip down. There we go. I got it now. Now I got to get this collar off. The reason we have to do this, obviously, is because there's a Zerk fitting up inside here in this PTO shaft that's got to be lubed. So in order to get to this Zerk fitting, I had to go in there and rotate the blade. or go on the outside of the bat wing and rotate the blade so the shaft will get moved around. All right, now I'm on. Let's see if we can lube. I'm unable to see in there, but we're gonna go a little more. Yeah. I can barely see grease coming out, so we got that. It was worth it, because if you don't lube these things, they can get just destroyed. You gotta get them greased up. What a pain in the rear end. Okay, all right, let's see if we can get this reattached here. You have this triangle and you have these two rectangles here, and then you got to line that up to the area on this piece that it goes to. And all we've got left of that, because they seem to have broken off, is this one piece right here. And I got to tell you, I think they're more trouble than they're worth. So we're going to take this off too. I mean, half of it's almost all gone, and it's twisted to the point where it won't even line up. So let's just get rid of that piece of plastic. Now we don't have to line that up at all. We can just simply attach it, hopefully. But we do have this one piece here. We will line it there. You know, when people engineer certain things, I think to myself, they're never planning to use it themselves. They're just trying to get home. It's Friday and it's time to go home. And let's just get this thing done, because this is a little bit stupid. Okay, well, we may be there. And it broke. It did exactly, you saw that, it did exactly what the other one did. So time to pull out some wire, if I have any up here at the land, and rewire this. I guess I'll just leave it there because I can't even get it off now. Here's the wire I originally had to lock this. If I have to use part of this, I will. So I straightened this out a little bit and straightened those out. I think I'm gonna straighten this one just a little bit more. If I can. Doesn't want to go far here, but I'm gonna attempt to put a rivet through here and see if we will have any success. I'm gonna take a minute and straighten this out and bring this in. If I bring this in together a little bit, I think the rivet will get through there a little bit better. Okay, got us a rivet here. Let's see if we can make all this come together. Darn close. Tell you what I'll do. I'll squeeze this a little bit. See if we can bring it in. Okay, since that seems to be a little short, the rivet, I'm gonna go with a little longer one. Let's get rid of this one. And let's use one that's the longer. Unfortunately, it goes from kind of short to kind of really long. But we'll see if this will work. Who knows? All right. Now, here we are. Let's put the rivet gun on here and see how it reacts to this thin metal. I don't know what to expect. And I don't believe I have the right side. Yeah, that head's good. So let's draw it in. There we go. I just got to push it up against it. Okay. So the rivet just worked, but it's not breaking off entirely. There it is. It's off. So now this is riveted together. Now, whether it will last, I don't know. Let's straighten this piece up. Okay, let's see if we can make it work now. That's much better than wire. I like that a lot, and hopefully it will be there this time next year and still work for us. So, all right, let's try to get this back lined up and see if we can once and for all get this thing connected here. There we go. Okay, I think we got it in place this time. And voila, there it is. So we're going to take our wire that we had in here previously, and we're going to, this is fence wire. I see a cross member of this where it's welded. I'm like, why is that there? So we'll go in with this side and we'll give it a little bend and just lay it over top of the other one so that it's not just going to come off. Excellent. All right, good as new. Up here at the front of the PTO where it connects to the tractor, this section, there is a Zerk fitting right on that knuckle inside there. They've put a hole through this plastic sheathing so that you can get to it. All right, that's got it. Not sure exactly where that goes. That's a plastic fitting, but it's there, so we'll leave it. Now, there's another one, if I'm looking at it correctly, right in here. Yeah, that's coming through good. You can see through these holes up through here, the grease coming through. Okay, so this one's nicely lubed. Got another plastic one here. The plastic spins on that shaft, so I'm assuming that's going to help it a little bit. Right after I finished doing the lubing with this, I went over, got the tractor started, pulled it out, and I just topped off the hydraulic fluid. I'm about to check the level and see if it's right where I want it to be, or maybe it's a little extra now, I don't know. But then I was just about to start fueling when the sky opened up and the rain decided to start coming down. So it's raining now. It is raining, and I'm not going to be cutting today because the grass is getting all soaked. And yes, our hydraulic level is looking good. It's right there at the top of that. So I'm gonna pop it back in here. I was getting ready for a good day's work. I did know that we were about to get rain, but it wasn't supposed to come for about 3 to 4 more hours, and you know, that's what happens. And so I came anyway to do everything I could do. Like Mrs. Lovely says, do what you can and can what you do. And if you guys don't know that saying, I believe that's related to canning food or preserving it. At least that's one of the things that it's used for. All right, we're gonna get this fuel in here and then we'll figure out what we're doing today, if anything. All right, we pulled Big Red out for about 15 minutes and we got him put back to bed, so he will ride another day. Even though things are a little wet and that high grass is pretty wet, we still have a beautiful day here at the Lovely Place. And I've determined, based on the fact that it is as wet as it is, that we're just gonna not be cutting today. Instead, we did get some service done on the Rhino. We got it greased up and we fixed that little bracket that popped off and broke. So
That's something I won't have to do. I've got the fuel topped off, got my hydraulic fluid topped off. I'm pretty much ready to cut. The only thing I'll need to do when I get up here before I start cutting, and it's going to rain the next several days, so I guess this is going to be a few days from now before I get up here and do that. But all I need to do next is lower those wings and then check all my gearboxes on the Rhino just to make sure that the oil level is good. Because got to make sure that that remains lubricated as well. Those gearboxes, that's the heart and soul of a bush hog. But I'm up here alone this afternoon, and those birds are still singing, and there's still sun shining, but there's clouds covering it all. And it's a gorgeous day. It's a nice day. If you clicked on this video to see some cutting, I apologize. We'll get to that, but we didn't get it done this time. But what you did see is the reality of trying to do anything when you don't live on the land. So there's a lot of you folks out there I know that are wanting to do something similar. You're wanting to get a place that you can be self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and grow gardens and have animals, but you live in the suburbs like I do. You live in neighborhoods where homes are stacked on top of each other, and you don't have the benefit of this space, all of this amazing space, the forest with the animals. Just driving here through the property when I was on my way up and on my way out to go and clean up some of the stuff in the neighbor's yard. I did do that off camera. I saw a few turkey just walking down the path of the driveway, and one of them, when he took off, or she, I'm not sure, it left a trail. It was spraying. I don't know if it was because the grass was wet or if it kind of scared it, but there was a mist coming off of this turkey as it took off and flew off. Some of you people probably know what that was exactly. I think I know what that was. I think it went to the bathroom as it was flying off. But yeah, anyway, it's just nice to have a place to come to. But what, as you know, if you've been following the channel, what we find ourselves doing a whole lot when we come up here is working, just getting things prepared. And that tiny house over there, or currently a pole barn, it's going to become a tiny house on the front side. And for those of you who have been around, you may be like, when is this going to get done? Just as soon as possible. It's when you got other things going on and you're trying to make a living and you're trying to get to a position where you can do things don't happen as quick as we would like them to happen. But like I've always said, if you just put one foot forward, step by step, and have a plan and follow that plan the best you can, then you can achieve some things. And so that's all we're trying to do. We know that this world is in a fragile space. This country is in a situation where we worry whether or not things will be good for us in those neighborhoods, because we all know that there have been times where the grocery store shelves were empty, and you just never know when that's going to be more of a permanent kind of situation. So the reason we bought this land about 3.5 years ago was because we saw the writing on the wall, and we wanted to have a place where we could become self-sufficient off-grid. So we're going to be harvesting water off the rooftops. That's the plan. We're going to have solar power, and we're going to try to grow gardens and harvest the water off of the hillside that's running down the trenches to water the gardens, and hopefully have, like I said earlier, plenty of livestock that we can enjoy as well. But yeah, this has been kind of a washout today, but at the same time, a very nice day. At least we got something accomplished. I think at this point in time, I'm gonna switch gears, put on a different hat, and get to work on my other responsibilities. So thank you for coming to the Lovely Place today. If you haven't done so, we'd love for you to see the real journey of what takes place here for the last 2 years we've been posting videos about every Saturday, once a week on Saturday mornings. And so you can look out for those in the future. And if you'd like to see those things when they come along, see what we've been doing here, you can click that bell and hopefully you'll get notifications to let you know when the next video pops on. Like the video if you would, it helps us be seen more. And we will talk to you very soon. Take care and God bless.